You want to know what guys really think and talk about behind closed doors? Look no further. Welcome to the Other Guys Podcasts. You'll most likely be offended, but you'll probably laugh too. So, enjoy. Welcome to the Other Guys Podcast. This is the Helpline, where we help you with your problems. I am Kevin, and tonight I'm joined with Kirk.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're here to help you.
You got your issues, we're going to solve them.
We're trained in this?
No, we're not. Full disclaimer, we are not trained.
I took a course in mediation in my human resource.
Is this a legit fucking course?
Yeah, mediation, yeah. It was the book was called How to Get to Yes. How to get to two parties to agree on a mutual outcome.
Okay.
So I didn't read the book, but I feel like I went to
that's more than
I went to all of the classes though, so I feel like I am maybe qualified in the sense that I have passed that course.
Yeah, and I'm qualified to be a doctor because I took a first aid course. So yeah. Let's go.
No, you wouldn't be.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that fucking line. Anyways, we're gonna help some of you guys with your issues. You know, we scour social media, you know, our Facebook, whatever. Sometimes we go on Reddit, sometimes even Pornhub, wherever these problems are, we scour them.
Yeah.
And
we're also maybe going to think of opening an actual hotline where you can call us straight up.
You know what? Let's keep it simple. We have a Facebook page. We have a Twitter. We even have an email account, which we've dropped many times. So get on those first before you actually call us.
How about we just disclose them my personal phone number and they can leave me a voicemail?
Okay, if you want to do that, you can do that. Don't fucking do
my number it will be available at the end of the podcast.
Okay, fine, fair enough. Anyways, let's get into the problems. What do we got first for today's problems?
This comes from Greg K.
Okay.
I'm not sure where he's located. This is a question about a girl he's had one night stands with multiple times.
Okay.
He says, this one girl always left her calling card in the form of her panties tucked behind the cushions of his sofa. What was her idea, he asked.
Okay, so he hooked up with a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Multiple times.
And what, she always left a calling card?
This was her calling card was leaving her panties tucked into the sofa cushion.
What do you mean, an actual legit calling card, or?
Well, like, it's like a calling card means like what a criminal normally does. It doesn't have to be a card.
Oh, okay.
So like
I was thinking an actual card, like she had cards in her panties, and I was like, I was like,
what? You like found the panties and there was a card in it. It's like you. Because
if it was a legit card, I would have been like, she's a legit woman of the night. She is a
you're the
prostitute, as the French.
So you're saying this would be like her card to like call her again because she's a prostitute, and this is like
no. If she had a legit calling card, but now that you're saying,
well, a calling card
left her panties.
A calling card's like a metaphor.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be a particular card.
So in this case...
Could be like, I rob your house and I leave a dead fish on the counter.
Right.
That's my calling card.
Right.
Like, you know, remember the wet bandits in Home Alone?
Yes, they left
the faucets on.
Yeah, okay.
They were
yeah, anyways, long story short, with Craig, fucking names. Anyways, so he's been banging this chick and she always leaves her panties. You know why they do that, right?
Is it like a scent thing? You'll think of them?
It's a little bit, but girls in general will leave things at your place
so they can come back.
It's an easy excuse. It's so they don't.
But this sounds like it's like something she's doing that she doesn't want you to find right away. Like it's possibly like
because she doesn't want it to be obvious. She can't obviously like walk out the door, drop the panties on the fucking table, and be like, "Oh yeah, call me. I'm gonna call you in a couple of days to pick those up." That's too obvious. They don't work that way.
But you think this girl, because she just wants to get back in there, that's why she's saying, come pick up my panties.
100%.
What if she just does this to every guy she bones? Because she's like, it's like staking out something.
So, no, hold on.
She's like a serial sex lady of the night where she just like, that's what she does. She just like there's no reason for it. It's just what she does.
Well, here's the thing. If she's leaving the panties, that says something. That says that you're good enough for me to come back.
But also, I think the way she's doing it, like if he was only able to find, maybe he found it's by cleaning out the couch, right? And then maybe it's like a thing she just does. And she doesn't really want it to be found.
She knows that he's going to be going through those cushions, or someone's going to.
Well, now that he knows, he's going to find a new pair there.
Yeah, well, that's her thing. That's her MO.
It's kind of interesting, though, isn't it?
It is, but it's very basic psychology, man. When a girl wants you to call her, she's gonna leave little fucking hints and notes and little knickknacks and whatever, so that it's an easy excuse. It's basically an easier.
But most women know how oblivious men are, and that we'd see a lipstick in the bathroom, something that's out in the open, but hiding something is more interesting. I think there's something deeper. It's
not really hiding. It's not really hiding.
Stuffing it in the couch?
She probably knows the guy.
Do you think the guy's
spends his days on the couch. He's probably a couch fucking potato. Or, listen, single guys, we spend our time on the couch. So, she knows that he's going to be there, right?
Okay, well, I think we should leave it at that. Yeah. So, callers or whoever is interested.
Well, hold on.
What do you guys think? We want to hear some comments. Do you agree with Kevin or do you agree with me? Maybe there's something more nefarious going on with these panties.
We never really answered what he should do.
No, well, that's not really his question. He just wants to know what is that. He basically says, "What's her idea?"
Okay, well, let's also answer what he should do. What do you think he should do with this little gift?
There's actually websites where you can sell used women's panties. I feel
is that what you would do?
I mean, I'm not Greg, so I'm not going to do that. But I'm just saying that if he's getting this excess amount of panties that she's leaving, and potentially maybe she doesn't really want them back, it's just like a gift she's leaving in there. That means that they're used underwear. You could sell that to someone on the internet,
So your advice is
$100 a pop. I've seen Orange Is the New Black. They do that from the prison.
So your advice is sell the lingerie.
I mean, if Greg wants to make a little money on the side, and this is possibly annoying him, he has to keep cleaning his couch out, then why not profit off it, man?
Okay, my simple advice is this girl obviously wants to come back for some of that D, so just keep on giving it.
Okay, so Kevin, what's your you have a problem with the tackle tool?
Well, I don't personally have a problem, but I've
you've had you've reached out.
I've reached out. I found this user. Mm-hmm. Username is tabooty3196. He was on one of these forums that I looked up, and so he has a question, and the question is, my girlfriend got sent a dick pic by a guy who likes her and knows we're dating, but begged me not to do anything. What are your thoughts? What would you do?
If I was the guy dating the girl who got a dick pic.
Yeah, your girlfriend got a dick pic from another guy. What are you doing?
I guess it's it's a 1-2 step. The first step is to be not totally cool about it, but you just tell her, I know this is happening. Just tell him it's got to end. Give him a light threat in a way, through her, saying my boyfriend knows you can't send me this shit. And that's the first step. And then so if that doesn't get shut down from there, then you gotta go solve shit. Then it means you have to if the first step of you just being not cool about it and letting the first dick pic slide or whatever, and then telling her straight up you can't fucking let this guy have this expectation of that, then I guess the other option, you basically would have the number 2 step would be you would have to confront that guy either through calling him because you'd have his number, right?
Yeah.
So then you start sending your dick to this guy until he stops sending his.
Yeah,
dick.
I'm not sending my dick to another guy's phone.
I don't know. It's not a happy dick. I'll tell you that much. I'm just saying, or something I'll make his life terrible until get the point across. It's not cool. I feel really if you were the other guy doing that and you didn't really know what the relationship we had. Mm-hmm. As soon as you know the other dude's aware of it, you're not gonna keep doing shit.
Well,
for the most part, this is most guys, but we don't know who this kind of guy is though.
Here's my little thing though. Okay, let's look at it from both points of view. Yes, if my girl got sent a dick pic from another guy, you got to do your due diligence. You got to basically be you got to play it cool because again, if you lose your shit, it's gonna show that you're insecure and all that blah 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 blah. But at the same time, you got to see how she reacts, right? If she's oh, it's nothing serious or whatever, ha ha ha, it's just a joke. But she doesn't really do anything about it. She says
and you pick up her phone and the picture's still in there a week later.
Stuff like that, or maybe you know what, they're still hanging out as friends.
And he's got something
because they know each other, right?
And he's got a really big dog.
Whatever. Either way, if you do your due diligence and you make it, hey, listen, I'm cool with that. Whatever, you You make your friends whatever, but you know, if this guy's gonna be sending you dick pics and if it's gonna interrupt their shit, I'm not really cool with that. So you know, you take care of it. Now the ball's in her court. Whether she takes care of it or not, that's where you
both
make
of
your
the
move.
balls are in her court.
Right. So, anyways, there's that point of view. So you know, if she takes care of it, listen, you go on, everything's good and happy.
I think it's good. Just like I would, you know, you definitely try to like get her
because here's
attention.
the thing.
Be like, this isn't cool, but you also don't want to be the guy who acts super jealous and gets
Right.
in her. You want to be like, you want to like at least let her know you're not cool with it, but not like in an aggressive, mean way.
It's like a kid. You got to let them make their own choices first, and then correct them if they fuck up. So you tell the girl, listen, listen, I'm not cool with that stuff. You know, handle it. Right? Don't get into very demands and all that. Be like, oh, block his number, delete him, whatever. Just be like, listen, just handle it, right? And then, you know, you let them go do it. And if they don't handle it, it says something. That means something's not working. Because if she truly respects you as a boyfriend, she's gonna handle it. If not, and this is looking like another monkey branch, you know, to hop onto.
I wonder what the size of this branch is like. Probably pretty thick.
I don't need to know.
Why not? What if this like woman has seen the biggest dick she's ever seen?
How's that helping you? How's that helping your relationship?
No, I'm just saying, not even time we're dating anymore.
Okay, now you're just
I'm just saying, but like in general, what if this dick is just like magnificent?
You're fucked.
No, I'm just saying that like you got to think that she's thinking about branching off, then, right? No pun intended.
Not necessarily. Again, it depends on the girl, man. Depends on the girl. So you got to figure out. So, anyways, that's what I would do if that was my girl and that was on my end. Now you got to look at it from the other guy's point of view. This other guy, maybe he's been talking to this girl. He knows she has a boyfriend and all that stuff. So for him to actually send a dick pic, you'd have to think that they've built up a bit of a relationship. Like you don't send a dick pic to a random girl.
Well, I think you'd be surprised. I mean, I've heard from like some girls and stuff is that like some dudes are pretty forward with how they send dick pics now. Like they don't even like most girls don't even ever ask for them and they just get them.
Get them off.
So this guy could be like had like one like maybe he worked with her, right?
Right.
Has like one good shift where they talk about stuff and he feels like connection
and
he's like, you know what? I'm gonna send it to her.
Is that really?
I just feel like
Have you ever sent a dick pic?
Yeah, but it was because they were asked of me. I don't think I'm a guy who just goes out.
How long in?
This is like a girl I was friends with, and then I ended up kind of dating.
Okay, but like,
This is like knowing her after 4 months at least.
what was the situation? Like, did you know?
Well, it started with me just joking. This is the first time I ever sent one. I just said like she was at work and she was bored, and I was like I said something like, well, like here comes the dick pics then,
right?
Because I was just I thought that would be something she wouldn't want to see at the time, and like it would be annoying. And she's like, oh yeah, okay, well like tits for dick, right? Tits for dick, and I was like, at that point I was like, I'm not sure if that's equal because that's like the only thing I have.
Okay, my question on that part was, did she have a boyfriend?
No,
she was just okay.
This is kind of like when we were almost getting to the point where like
the
friendship was starting to
there were
go
signals
weird.
there.
Yeah, but it was like I've never just done one without like having reason to. Like also she was the one who like I made the joke about it, but then she would if she hadn't made that like, oh, I would like that comment back and then offered to send a picture of her boobs, then I would never have thought of doing that. But that's just me. I'm just saying, but other guys are different now, especially like younger dudes who are in their 20s or even younger than that. Who knows? Like they don't have like the same process as we might have growing up now. So
yeah, I guess they're I don't know. It's a different
culture. Scene, right?
Yeah. But anyways, to answer the user's problem, basically, if your girl's getting dick pics, you let her handle it first.
Just not the dick. Don't handle the dick.
No, you don't touch any dick.
Just shut it down.
She should shut it down, and then if it gets to that point where you got to step in, you got to reevaluate things. Then you got to reevaluate things because the fact that she's not doing it her own. But anyways, that's what I got to do with that user. You know, what do you think about?
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a trust thing in some stance, I guess, because you have to like, you can only really go so far with that, and you're right what you can say, otherwise you look like a jealous asshole. But like, really, it's not cool that some dude's doing that to your girlfriend. So you gotta hope that like she sees it as a negative. Not like you have to talk her out of getting more dick pics or whatever.
All right.
It's like if she'd be right away. Be like, oh, you got this. Well, I'd hope you make like the hard like no thanks.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that's it. That's what you got to do. What else you got for us today, Kirk?
Oh, I have one, but this might be okay. So I'm not sure which one I chose is the thing.
Yeah.
But this one is the first one. It's probably not the one I wanted, but we'll throw it out there.
Yeah.
Would you have sex with your first cousin? Someone asked this. Me, I would say no. Kevin?
What if she is a fucking knockout?
Well, the problem is like first cousin. That's
blood, right?
That's blood. That's blood. That's like your uncle's kids or your aunt's kids.
Yeah.
So, like my last name is Hicks, but I'm not going anywhere near a cousin. I hope like I can. I don't know. It's just like it's just weird, right?
Okay, so let's start getting down to the lines of like no go. Okay, so brother and sister, you're not sleeping with your brother and sister, right?
No.
I think we can all agree. Okay, first cousin off the table still, right?
Yeah. There's the third cousin.
What's a third cousin? What's the definition of that?
So I have a third cousin. I have a lot of third cousins because my mom has second cousins, but to me they're third cousins.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I just want to know the bloodline.
So this is my grandma's sisters. They're all from like used to live in North Bay.
Okay.
And then those kids had kids.
Yeah.
And then those kids have kids.
Okay.
So there's like I don't know. So the kids that are my age are like are like my third cousins.
Right. Yeah. What
at that point, like how much damage could you do in the DNA, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth it.
So even that third cousin, you don't think like what if she's like we're talking? She's amazing. She's everything you ever wanted. Let's say hold on. Let me back it up. Let's say you meet a girl. Traction wise, personality wise, she's a 10. Then all of a sudden, 3 months down the road, you're like, oh yeah, hey, just I'm part of the Hicks clan. Whatever this location. And you guys find out that you are third cousins.
Like here's a picture of one of my third cousins from North Bay.
Yeah, you should bang that.
I don't think it's a good idea.
You have that shit in your bloodline, man. Listen, they were doing bad shit back in the day.
Look at her husband though. She's not.
Yeah, you have no chance with your third cousin.
No, my mom said
you literally have no chance with your third cousin.
I don't think we should get too far into this, but my mom was saying to my brother, because he was like, I think when my one cousin got married, and he was this one dude she married was a pretty handsome dude. You saw the picture,
yeah.
But I was like, my mom was like, you could just be just as good as him if you lost some weight. My brother got really mad. He's not like my brother's okay looking, but yeah, it's a true comment, but something you don't have to tell anybody. Yeah. So
yeah, third cousin's still off the table for you.
I think so. I mean, like, no, it's crazy. Can I tell you another thing?
Yeah,
I have a cousin that I've never met.
Okay. Male, female? I
don't. I could be a female.
Okay.
I forget what the gender is, but it's because I don't want to talk about it. Because I never met them. So like if I ever say it was a woman, I could potentially I think around the same age as me.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they look like or their name. So they exist. They exist out there in Toronto.
Yeah. Oh, in Toronto.
Yeah. I don't really want to get too far into this situation because it's family related. But it's someone I could potentially hook up with because they're somewhere between my age and 38.
Right. Do you think they'd be gingers too?
That's possible.
So is that why you
has some of my family DNA? I'm sure. Yeah.
Is that why you try to stay away from gingers, or?
No. I like girls with red hair.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're really cute.
Oh fuck. Who knows?
The problem is
I've heard stories, man. You're walking down the street one day.
I just don't want to have that family of like if my wife has red hair and then all the kids have red hair and then people look at us like we're the Van Houtens from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Everyone looks the same. Like they're like he's obviously married to cousin.
To answer the user's question, though, you don't sleep with your cousin.
I think you should never do it willingly. You shouldn't do it with like the thought process of doing it. Like if it happens, you didn't know. I'm just like in my circumstance, I guess I'd feel less bad if it happened and I didn't know that person was related to me at all. Maybe
Right.
it would still be terrible, I guess, in my head. But like, at least you go into it, you wouldn't have already like, you wouldn't have like, as they call in law, the mens rea, which just means the mind.
But
to do it.
you only have the actus rea, which means the actual
action to do it.
I've taken law classes before too, man.
Cool.
And also, did you know that the consent age in Ontario is actually 16?
I've heard that, Kevin.
Yeah.
You seem to really have that on lock.
I'm just saying. Actually,
Kevin, if there's anything Kevin knows, ladies and gentlemen, is that
in Mexico, though, they've recently dropped that number to 12.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I'm just saying, the world is a very interesting place.
Do you feel like if you were 12, you'd be able to like fully understand?
Hell no. I was focused on way more other shit in 12.
Like, I think like 13, 14 was I kind of came into the bone zone. Like, I was ready to do it. But like 12, yeah, I wouldn't have probably.
But see, that's the thing. Girls are a little bit different too, right? Like, they tend to lose a little bit earlier. Not only that, but like, I mean, if you look at history,
it's
back
still kind of gross because you're not even a teenager.
Dude,
so you're like 12 years old. Like, you're like, so most kids, if they are, they're at the beginning of puberty.
Okay.
Not even like full blown puberty.
Yeah, but okay, but what do you think about like maybe two 15-year-olds doing it?
That's fine. That's happens all the time.
Two 12-year-olds.
I don't know. This is weird. I'm sure it's happened.
Right.
I remember there's a guy in my class. He had a mustache in grade 2.
Yeah.
I feel like he probably was in puberty by grade 6.
Right.
And then there's probably a girl who had had some boobs, and he was like, "I'm basically a man." I'm sure that happened.
Right.
I'm sure in that circumstance, very manly grade 6 or 7 did it together. Yeah.
Cool. Fair enough. Okay. So yeah. So when it comes to that, don't sleep with your cousin. Don't sleep with underage girls. And any other rules you think we should be confirming with these people?
I don't know.
There's a lot of rules, but the main one is don't sleep with your cousin.
Just spank it until you make it.
Okay, fine, fair enough. There you go.
And then this is actually the real question I had that was below this question because it's on the same page that I screenshot. And this I think you might have a good answer for this.
So this is another problem. Okay, yeah, go.
It's this guy is saying it's harder getting. He doesn't have a name here.
Okay,
we'll just call him Chad.
Okay, Chad. What does Chad have to say?
He said it's getting harder to find decent women that aren't narcissistic psychopaths. Mm-hmm. Why is this?
Short answer. You're not looking in the right places. Long answer. There is a shift in society. There's people are different now. Women are different now.
Do you think maybe Chad is also a bit of a narcissist, possibly?
Possibly. Again, I don't know.
Maybe he's focusing only on the materialistic things of people.
No, but here's the thing, though. You got to look at like the numbers, right? Like how many? Look at the creation of incel and guys like that, and fucking.
Well, you know that I read something that like incel was only a thing for guys who were like, you were considered an incel if it was not because you were like socially awkward or ugly. It was basically because you physically or mentally couldn't fuck a woman.
Well, now there's
like those guys have taken that term for guys who are just like play too much Call of Duty,
right?
And they just don't go outside, and they're like, why don't women like to fuck me?
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it.
No, but the truth is that the game has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Women and men have changed. That's the thing. Okay, so to break it down, back in the day, men used to be more.
But is this a legitimate question? Or it's kind of like pretty hard edged.
Well, no, it's a very simple question. Like he's posing it as a simple. I'm not able.
But I
to
think
get
the wording
girls.
is strong though. He's like saying that most women are narcissists, which is a bad thing, and also psychopath in the same trending thing.
Well, that maybe that's his personal
takeaway,
or that could be his own personal experience. Maybe he has been dealing with narcissistic and legitimate psychopaths. We don't know that. Again, everybody has their own thing or whatever, but maybe he takes it to the extreme. Maybe he's just met girls who've been shutting him down and he's been like, oh, well, they're narcissistic, right? It's really hard to tell. Like, I don't know. We don't know his thing.
I think what it kind of means is that people, not even just women, but people just think about themselves. Like a narcissist is just like, is out for themselves. They think about just like what I'm getting out of this. And so like thinking of like, oh, girls just like me at first because I'd take them to dinner or do nice things for them, but like it doesn't notice it swing back and forth, and maybe like I'm the psychopath thing I can't really relate to because using that like over the top. Because if someone's a psychopath, that means you can't even like communicate with them. They're psychotic, right?
There are girls like that.
Well, I mean, like using the word psychopath is like what's the word I'm trying to use? It's like it's because it's you're overusing words.
Okay, maybe he is, but he's obviously a guy that's frustrated.
I mean, like I think he means like women sometimes act crazy, but they're not really crazy. They're just like emotional, or they have like high expectations, or they're just like sometimes their mood shifts. But that's like a regular thing.
Okay,
but I mean, yeah, maybe this dude's just into the wrong kind of woman.
Okay, so let's get down to it. What's your advice for him?
I would say reevaluate the kind of women you're interested into. Maybe the type you like is the type to be this exact way. Instead of classifying every woman like that, I would suggest you figure out, like, oh, maybe it's just the women that you're dating or you're trying to ask out. Maybe you have a type.
Yeah.
Maybe you have that narcissistic type of person you like. Maybe you like that someone, the way that person is, and you maybe don't realize it until things go bad. Okay. Some people, like, if you're a narcissist, sometimes they feed off people, and you may not realize, like, they're kind of like out there mentally. You might not know until shit hits the fan, and then you realize when they backlash on you. Like, I was watching a thing about a dude. It was on like TLC. They were talking about like a guy who brought over a Russian bride, and he was like, she was all of a sudden was demanding stuff from him, but he kind of promised her this like lavish lifestyle in the States, and he stopped being able to deliver. And then like she just like was like, nope, I don't like this. And then she came off as like a gold digger, but in reality, it's like he kind of like was telling her to come to another country because he was going to offer this lifestyle, and he should have known that she wasn't really in it for him at first. Like she was just in it for like whatever gains she was going to get. And when he couldn't deliver, was like, well, she's like, why am I even here?
Right. Okay.
And then this means they're both shitty on both ends, but that kind of says a lot though about like people like I think like distract themselves from what's like maybe some people's other people's character flaws in relationships until it's way too late.
Okay.
And then like something like this, he might have been dating an okay person, but maybe he just fed into their narcissism, and then like always saying, oh, you're so beautiful, I'll do anything for you. And this person is just like, taking it, right? And they're just loving it, whether this person's just doing everything for them. And then bam, something bad happens in their relationship. Who knows what it is? And then he's like, oh, you're a psycho. But like, if he would have realized, basically the whole time that, it might have not been an issue. Like, maybe just, maybe it's just like bad for him to identify these character traits until it's too late.
Right. Well, I think what he has to do is he has to do a little bit more. He has to do a little bit more research into things. He's got to understand social dynamics. Yes, he has to get the social dynamics down. Like here's the thing. If I see a girl, right, and she's giving off those signals of she's a little bit stuck up, she's a little bit whatever, crazy if you want to say, or whatever. You have to know how to deal with that. Like a lot of guys will brush those things aside, but because she's attractive, they'll go straight for her, right? So.
Yeah, no, I think people put up with stuff like that from shitty stuff from people.
So
because
he has to be more socially aware and learn how to deal with it from there. So my advice is, obviously, this guy's probably going through a situation where he's been dealing with these types of girls. So yes, I'd start learning how to pick up on these red flags before, process of elimination. If a girl comes off as narcissistic or whatever, really figure it out if they are, and if they are, pass. But if it's not, maybe there's something else. Decide whether you want to go further or not. So he just needs to work on his social skills. That's pretty much it. That's my my advice to the dude.
If you guys have any comments to give us on this story or this question, you can help this guy. Let us know. Comment on a post or something.
I don't know, man. These people got too many fucking problems, but they don't want to. That's another thing too. People got problems, and they're gonna get advice from everybody. Professionals.
I just think this guy, like his problem. It's almost just funny the way it read, because it was such like a serious deal. When you throw those like two terms, like a psychotic narcissist, like about women, it just sounds like you're just bad with women.
Yeah, but see, you're taking it from more of the psychology form of like, this guy's, whatever. But you got to look at the guy's frustration, right? No, I don't know if you deal, but like, listen, man, when a guy gets that frustrated where he starts calling all the girls narcissistic and psychopaths, right? You got to realize that guy's going through something.
Sure.
Right?
Like, it was a similar thing I think I saw happen. There's a Staples nearby on Keele Street.
Okay.
And I was walking past there, and someone had written with graffiti around the fall time. It said that it was definitely a really frustrated man with women. It was written on the back of the Staples. It said, all Toronto women turn men gay.
Okay.
And I think that means, like, because so many women are turning this guy down, he thinks his only option is to become gay.
Maybe it is.
Maybe he'd find his true calling being a gay man. But I mean, I think it's kind of interesting like that. Some guy was so frustrated sexually that he had to be like, no, they're turning me gay. And then he took like spray paint and wrote this on the back of Staples.
Right. Look, the truth is that generally speaking, the girls are gonna have more chance to turn the guys down. And you know what? They're just listen. They're doing their thing. It's nature. They're trying to weed out the weak from the strong. And if you back off like this and bitch out and do things like spray paint or whatever, you're basically just proving the point that you're on the weak side. So you have to work on overcoming that shit. And then get stronger and all that stuff and get better at things, right? And then you won't be frustrated. You'll know how to handle a girl that is narcissistic and is psychopath. You'll know how to handle them. You'll know how to handle them. So work on your shit. Get smarter.
I feel like you're not really explaining anything when you talk.
Well, what do you want to know? No, what do you want to know? What do you want to know?
I don't know.
What do you want to know? Like, I'm here to answer.
I don't really think that was like an answer. That was
the answer is you have to
just don't let a girl be a psychopath and be narcissistic.
I didn't say don't let her be a psychopath.
I don't know. It's gonna sound so bad.
No. I said what do you call? Learn to pick up on the signals.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Like I don't know how to explain it better. Like you have to learn the social. That's the other thing I noticed about you personally. Your social acuity isn't really out there.
You say acuity?
Yeah.
What's acuity mean?
Like you're just not. Okay, let's give an example. We're at the bar today, having some wings or whatever. And there were things going on in the room that you weren't maybe necessarily attuned to, like the waitress taking all those shots while still serving us, getting drunk.
I couldn't see over my shoulder.
Oh, listen, I didn't have to see over my shoulder. Like she was around.
You were looking at the bar, correct?
I was looking at the bar, but I was also looking.
I could see.
But here's the thing, I
could see a little bit to the left of me, and I could see like.
But see, I
can see.
Here's the thing, I didn't even see her take the drink. What I did was I looked at the couple beside us, and they made the comment about, "Oh man, our waitress is drinking." Then I made a look over. But see, like what I'm getting at is.
How is that a social cue, though?
You got to be socially aware of what's going on.
That's not socially awareness. That's just awareness.
Then you have to be aware.
Yeah, I'm good with who I am.
Anyways, for this last guy, the simple answer is man the fuck up and work on your skills. Work on your social skills.
I would say also don't just blame the women for being...
No, don't blame.
Don't blame them. Don't go on such a high horse and say they're a psychotic narcissist, because you've obviously pushed yourself and them to a point to make... You should probably back them into a corner and made them act a certain way, because maybe you're not perfect. So it's a good time to reflect, I would say.
Reflect and respond accordingly. Anyways, I'm done fucking helping some of these guys. And some of these people.
Do you want to help me next, Kevin?
Fuck no. If you're a fucking. You're just a.
How do I get some more social equity?
I'm not even gonna go there. Anyways, this has been the other guy's helpline. Hopefully we've helped. Probably not.
Sorry, it's gotten hotter in here, so me and Kevin have gotten a little bit more
testy. Anyways, so yeah, if you have an issue or if you know people who got problems. Put it on our Facebook, send it on our emails, do what you need to do, get it to us. We're going to read it. If you don't want your name, whatever, you don't have to add it. You can say that you want to be anonymous or whatever, but send us your problems. We're going to answer it the straight fucking way up.